Start by noticing the joy that's already present. Did your kiddo make you laugh before they went to school? Do you enjoy the smell of dinner cooking or a candle? Did a stranger smile at you? Catch those moments. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Glow Up Revolution. I am really glad you're here with me today because this might be one of my favorite topics. We're talking small joys, big impact. We're talking about thriving and being joyful even when the world is crazy pants. I mean, the world is bananas right now. This shit is bananas. Whew. Collective energy right now feels really heavy. We have just exited eclipse season as this comes out. I'm actually recording this before our full moon in Virgo with solar eclipse that we're going to have on Sunday. So when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this Monday or Tuesday, it is right after that eclipse. And eclipse season has come to an end. And during the past 2.5 weeks, I think we can all agree it's been banana pants around here, and not in like a good way. The news cycle is overwhelming. I mean, it's just nuts. People are losing their jobs. People are losing friendships. We're not going to get into any politics here today. You know my politics. And if you're brand new here, you will learn them very quickly. Long pause for the camera. Sometimes it feels like we're just trying to make it through the day, and that's really hard. I've seen some people kind of comparing this to wartime, and it is kind of a psychological warfare going on right now. We are thankfully not being bombed, but people are being dragged off the streets and sent to prison camps that basically are concentration camps. If you want to get into politics, go check out my other podcast, Hot Takes with Nico and Megan, where we talk about current events. You can hang out over there. But today I really want to talk about joy, because joy is not frivolous, and joy is something that we must maintain throughout the horror and atrocities of the world, throughout the genocide in Gaza, throughout abductions and kidnappings of people off of the streets in the USA, through the shenanigans, through the government censorship. Joy is not something that you have to earn. You don't have to earn it after you checked all the boxes or solved all the problems or worked a full day. Joy is actually a resilience strategy. And in a society where they're trying to sap the joy out of day-to-day life, resilience is actually revolutionary. So here we are. We're glow up revolutionaries. So small joys are your task this week. Your assignment this week is to find some small joys, the ones that might seem insignificant to other people. I'm getting chills. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, universe, for confirming that what we need right now is joy, because joy brings a powerful shift in our personal energy and how we care for ourselves, how we keep moving forward when things feel tough, how we love on our family and our friends, how we continue through the shitstorm. Your nervous system is paying attention to the little things. So your nervous system is paying attention to the little stressors, the little irritations, as well as, of course, the big irritations, right? But it's also paying attention to the small joys, like laughing at a silly meme or stepping outside to feel the sun on your face for just like a minute and a half. This sends a signal to your body that you're safe and that it's okay to soften in this moment and not be so hard and not be so rigid. One of my favorite comedians is somebody that I found on TikTok. Her name is Lucy Darling, and you may have seen her. She's always in this like glam dress with this big old like bouffant red wig, and she's like, "Hello, darling, tell me what you do." And she's just absolutely precious. And so I love coming across her videos or pulling them up when I just need a moment to just find a small joy. She's just so, so funny. From an energetic perspective, joy is expansive. It creates openings, it creates possibility, it creates space. Burnout, stress, and fear, they all contract us, right? They make everything feel tight and heavy. So I find that when I'm feeling the burnout, when I'm feeling the stress, when I'm worried, I kind of bring my body inward like this. If you're watching on video, my shoulders are coming in toward one another in the front, and I'm hunching over. I'm really protecting my heart, right? This is a natural protective stance. It's to protect our heart when things feel tight and heavy. But when we are feeling joyful, we are able to open that heart center, have our shoulders back and at ease, and enjoy the moment, even if it's just for a moment. Because that expansion helps us breathe again. We can breathe deeper. We can find some clarity. We can reconnect to ourselves, and we can reconnect to the present moment. I'm seeing a lot of anxiety and trepidation about what can happen in the near future. I feel it too. So I'm not saying that I am above all this and outside of all this. That is the furthest thing from the truth. But what I remind myself is that today is today. And yes, I can look at today's actions and see how they might impact the future. But if I am able to maintain the perspective on the present moment only, that really helps reduce that stress. And it helps me indulge in those small joys. For me, small joys can be something as simple as a really good cup of coffee. We're almost done with our current bag of coffee, so I think tomorrow morning I'm going to be able to start my Friday morning off with pumpkin spice coffee from HEB. And this, as well as the Texas pecan coffee from HEB, are my absolute favorites. Nothing's overdone. You just get that like sense and essence of it all. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Hanging out with Trudy, snuggling her on the chair. That's a small joy. Singing a little karaoke at home. Yes, I actually do have a karaoke machine, but I don't always pull it out. I sing in the shower. I know the whole Hamilton soundtrack, as I bet a lot of you do as well. Singing in the car. Oh my gosh. Like, give me some good Florence and the Machine in the car. I suddenly am packing Carnegie Hall as the singer that I am. It's something as simple as lighting a candle and taking that moment. One of my favorite teachings, and a teaching that has absolutely changed my entire life because I always think about it in moments like these, is a teaching from Thich Nhat Hanh, who was a Buddhist priest and elder. He founded a monastery outside of, I think outside of Paris, but in France. And he said, when you are doing something simple, do just that simple thing. And he used the analogy of an orange. So he said, when you wash the orange, like feel the water running over it, feel the bumps in the orange peel. When you peel the orange, just peel it. Don't let your mind, like, don't think about other things. Don't focus on something else. Look at the orange. Notice the juice that will kind of spray out a little bit if you've got like a really good ripe orange. Feel how it feels. Smell what it smells like. And when you go to eat the orange, only eat the orange. Don't be looking at your phone. Don't be reading something. Don't be talking to somebody else. Just savor that bite. Have that moment. That is a moment of pure mindfulness and, quite honestly, a moment of pure joy. And if you can't do it with the whole orange, that's okay. Peel that orange, and that very first bite, just do that. One of my clients, her joy is walking barefoot in her backyard for a couple minutes after work. Another one loves to blast Beyonce in her car on the way to pick up her kids. I've got friends who love certain YouTube series or comedians and always tap into that. The point is, these are not big time-consuming activities. I love having like impromptu concert time in my car on my way to and from grocery pickup. It's these little sparks that make your day brighter. So, how to cultivate more joy in your day. First of all, we're going to start with awareness. So, the orange example is an extreme example of awareness. Okay. You don't have to be that extreme in your awareness. Start by noticing the joy that's already present. Did your kiddo make you laugh before they went to school? Do you enjoy the smell of dinner cooking or a candle? Did a stranger smile at you? Catch those moments. I could tell you 10 different interactions today that I had because I was in a networking call where I got to meet 10 or 12 different people in there, and each person brought a little more joy to my life. My rings are bringing me joy today. I'm just feeling, I don't know, very decorated and witchy and loving on myself. Second, create a joy ritual. We talk about daily rituals, but create a joy ritual. So an example would be lighting a candle before you sit down to work, or putting on your favorite playlist while you're getting ready in the morning. Something that you intentionally do with that intentional awareness, that mindful awareness, but you're doing it just for the joy of doing it. Third, joy stack these habits that you already have. If you are, letting your mind wander while you're brushing your teeth, think of one thing you're grateful for while you're doing it, or think of four things you're grateful for. With your daily cup of coffee or tea, I don't know who does one just daily. I do multiple daily. Take 30 seconds to really savor it instead of rushing. I like to do a little Reiki in my coffee. I also like to do a little pentacle in my coffee for protection and alignment with the 5 elements. That's part of my practice. That brings me joy. And here's your permission slip, should you need it, because sometimes we do, and that's okay. Joy does not have to be productive. It does not have to be impressive. It does not have to be Instagram worthy. It just has to feel good to you and for you. So, joy and resilience are intimately linked. When you cultivate joy, even in small doses, you're building resilience. Your body starts to trust that not everything is danger or stress. It's going to feel like you're breaking that pattern. And really, you are. You are doing a pattern interrupt to break the flow of negativity with some joy. You remind yourself that you're capable of experiencing delight, even when the world is really rough and feels so much more uncertain. These micro moments add up. They shift your mood, they strengthen your nervous system, they give you more energy, and they give you more space for creativity and your flow to come back. So this is your invitation today. Like I said, your assignment this week is to choose one small joy, this little joy, something so simple that you could do it right now and let yourself experience it fully. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice how your energy shifts. Notice how your body shifts. Small joys create big impact. They're the secret to staying softer in a world that wants to make you hard. They help you remain resilient, and it is revolutionary to bring joy into your life every single day. This is how we stay alive in an overwhelming world. This is how we push through and we become the revolutionary in our own lives, for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you loved this episode, I would love to hear what your favorite small joys are. I would also love to invite you to hang out with me in all the places. I have an aligned username. So now on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube, I am at It's Megan Winkler. So ITSMEGANWINKLER. You can also find me on Substack, where I have not only a public feed, but I also have 2 newsletters that you can subscribe to, Glow Up by Design and Inner Altar Sanctuary. Glow Up by Design is a lot of the themes that we talk about here on the podcast. It is not a repeat. It actually includes a little mini podcast over there for paid members. And the Inner Altar Sanctuary is goddess themed and aligns with a goddess of the month. Here in September, our goddess is Persephone, and you can come work with her and receive a beautiful PDF booklet for just $8 a month for that Substack. As always, you can support me on Patreon. Very low entry over there, starting at $3 a month. That's 3. And the top tier is $50 a month, limited to 10 people. I now have a second person in that, so there's only 8 spots left. When you join, you receive a signed copy of Breaking Up with Burnout delivered to your door, or if you're local, I will hand deliver it to you, as well as one-on-one 60-minute call, 1-hour call every single month for just $50 a month. If you've been wanting to work with me, that is pretty much the cheapest way to do it and get consistent coaching from yours truly. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it, like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your small joys are. Let me also know if you have a subject you'd like me to dive into, or if you know somebody who would be great for the show. I'm always open to ideas and recommendations. Until next time, please stay hydrated, stay rested, stay joyful, stay open to the possibility for good, because we will get through all of this together. And as always, stay magical.